This practice takes place over half a pitch and is designed to improve the crossing technique of wide players and the movement of two forwards. One of the strikers starts the practice by switching the ball out to a wide player. Both forwards then make a run into the box, one getting to the near post, the other to the far post. Notice here how both forwards avoid running in straight lines, but cross over before attacking the ball at the near and far posts. This type of movement makes it difficult for defenders to mark. The first touch of the wide player is forward and out of his feet. When running with the ball, notice how he gets his head up to observe the movement and position of the forwards. The delivery of the cross is to swing away from the goalkeeper in an area between a 6-yard box and the penalty spot. This creates decision-making problems for the goalkeeper.
Here the right-footed wide player delivers a far post cross into the danger area, creating the same decision-making problem for the goalkeeper.
In all crossing and finishing practices, it is important for the wide players to deliver effective crosses either to the near or far post. It is also essential for the forwards to time their runs, to attack the ball individually or to combine to score goals.
This practice takes place in and around the penalty area and features 3 attacking players against 2 defenders and their goalkeeper. The objective for the 2 defenders is to try to restrict the shooting opportunities of the forwards. They attempt to do this by forcing the play into wide areas away from the goal. Notice here how the defender gets his body in a position to force the forward into a direction away from the goal. In doing so, he cuts off the chance of a pass to one of the forwards, now removing the numerical advantage. When outnumbered, defenders must try to always keep the play in front of them and be in a position to see their opponent, the ball, and be goal side. Here both defenders delay the attack and retreat to the edge of their penalty area before timing the challenge to perfection. Delay will invariably favour the defenders. The defenders have to make decisions and when outnumbered cannot restrict every pass or shot. Here they don't mark the wide players but stay central and make it more difficult for a shot on target. The goalkeeper is an integral part of this practice. The communication with his teammates is important and he must be in a position to claim any loose balls played into the area behind the defenders.
This possession game takes place in an area approximately 40 by 20 yards, split into two sections. The practice involves two teams of 5, with one neutral player playing for the team in possession of the ball. Both teams play in one area of the pitch with the aim of keeping possession for 6 consecutive passes. Once this is achieved, play can be switched to a teammate moving to the other end. All other players then join in. This practice is in a deliberately tight area and helps to develop passing, first touch and awareness. In order to keep good possession, players must utilize all the space. Here the blue team have an excellent shape, occupying all the width and depth of the area. The practice is made more challenging by progressing to players having a maximum of 2 touches each. The coach emphasizes the need for accuracy in passing and now, after 4 passes, be able to switch play quickly. Two touch under intense pressure highlights the need for good support around the ball and movement off the ball. This tight area practice is played with highly skillful professional players. Coaches of younger players should not get frustrated if mistakes are made and may need to expand the area. This waves practice takes place in an area approximately 40 by 30 yards and involves 4 groups of 3 players with goals and a goalkeeper at each end. The practice begins without opposition, which helps players gain an understanding of movement both with and without the ball. There is deliberately no coaching at this stage, allowing the players the freedom to make their own decisions. The practice progresses to introduce one defender, making it 3v1. This increases the challenge and forces the attacking players to make quicker decisions. In 3v1 situations, there will always be a player free. When in a wide position, crossers should look to pick out the best available option. In keeping with the Sporting Lisbon attacking philosophy, when the ball is in wide areas, one forward will always move towards the near post, with an attacking midfield player making a far post run.
The practice now progresses to include 2 defenders. The attacking players must now work harder to create openings either by good movement off the ball or through individual flair. To maximize the numerical advantage in a 3 versus 2 practice, forwards should try to isolate one defender to create a 2v1 situation. Here the player makes a well-timed overlapping run, creating the space for himself to receive a pass, and is free to shoot on goal. In any attacking practices, it's not always essential to beat a defender. To be effective, players should be encouraged to take shooting opportunities as early as possible.
This practice involves 3 groups of 3 plus 2 goalkeepers and is designed to encourage using the numerical advantage when attacking in 3v2 situations. The groups alternate between attacking with 3 players, defending with 2 and resting. The coach encourages the attacking team to be dynamic in both their movement and taking shooting opportunities.
Betinho, mais rápido, procura o adversário, Mateus.
After a shot, if the ball goes out of play, the next team comes in. But if the goalkeeper makes a save, then the game continues, and each team should be alert to transition.
Vai, circula, João Mário. Anda, abre logo, ataca o adversário, Paulo. Para um bocadinho, para um bocadinho.
Here the coach gives some options for the teams to take advantage of the extra man. He suggests they should try to create a 2v1 situation, firstly by spreading out and committing a defender, before making a pass. Or secondly, by passing and making an overlapping run.
Isso mesmo, procura colega livre. Continua. Ataca, sai um jogador na cobertura.
For forwards to combine effectively, it is important that if the movement off the ball creates space, the player on the ball takes the opportunity to strike early.
Continua o movimento, Paulo. Apoio, circula rápido. Chama o defesa, vai em encontro do defesa.
If shots are to be encouraged, it is important for all forward players to be alert to rebounds.
Meia volta. Bloquearam, ficou solto. Está bem, boa opção, foi gol.
Sometimes a forward play doesn't always work first time. In these situations, players should remain patient and keep passing and moving to create another scoring opportunity.
Espaço entre eles. Isso tudo. Atenção de
This 3v2 practice involves 2 strikers and 1 midfield player against 2 defenders and takes place over half a pitch. Play starts with the midfield player passing into either forward and joining the play. The objective for the attacking players is to combine to work an opening to get a strike on goal. Movement of the strikers is essential to create space to receive the ball. The timing of the run and the pass is important so that players do not run into an offside position. Notice here how the pair perform a well-timed crossover movement. They look at the position of the defenders and are careful to remain onside, with both being in a good position to receive a pass. Good movement without the ball can create space to receive or leave space for others to exploit. Here the movement leaves space for the midfield player to take a shot on target and a goal is created. In attacking practices, it is not always essential to beat a defender. To be effective, players should take shooting opportunities as early as possible. To maximise a numerical advantage, forwards must commit defenders to create an opening. Sometimes that's not always immediately possible, so the attacking players must continually pass and move until a free player becomes available. In and around the penalty area, forwards will create space either by movement or by spreading out. Here, by keeping wide, the forwards are able to create an opportunity to shoot on goal and are alert to rebounds.
This shadow practice takes place over half a pitch and includes the 3 forward players and 2 attacking midfield players in the Sporting Lisbon system. The practice is deliberately performed without opposition to help the players understand their role within this pattern of play. Here you will notice when the ball is played out wide to the number 11, number 9 will make a run to the near post. Number 7 will come in from the far side. The furthest midfield player from the ball, number 8, will attack the far post. And the midfield player, 10, will be at the edge of the box for any knockdowns. The roles of 7, 8, 10 and 11 are reversed when the ball is wide on the right. The coach now develops this practice into a 4v4 game, with wide players in channels on each side. The game is structured to replicate the system of play, with the 2 wide players, 7 and 11, being neutral. Each team has a striker, number 9, 2 attacking midfield players, 8 and 10, and both have a holding midfield player, number 6.
Notice here how the wide player, the number 7 on the far side, comes in at the back post and the team's shape again is evident.
By making the game conditioned to teams only scoring as a result of the cross, this gives the coach the opportunity to view the movement of the four players 6, 8, 9 and 10. With players attempting to make good runs into the box, it is important for the wide players to hit effective crosses.
This 2v1 practice takes place approximately 30 yards from goal and is designed to create goal-scoring opportunities when having a numerical advantage. The practice starts with a pass into one of the two forwards, who then combine to beat the defender and strike on goal.
Joga! Gol! Golo!
The coach emphasizes the need for the attackers to be positive in their play and keep the practice realistic by taking early shooting opportunities. The player with the ball should attack directly to commit the defender. The other forward should make a well-timed run to receive a pass into the space behind the defender to strike on goal. Passes played in front of the defender create less problems and are easier to defend against. Here the coach steps in and suggests that the player off the ball makes an overlapping run to receive a pass that eliminates the defender and allows for a direct shot on goal. The timing and weight of the pass is important so that the defender has no time to recover. Overlapping runs are used to create space to receive or act as a decoy to cause decision-making problems for the defenders. Here the defender anticipates a pass to the runner, but with a change of pace and direction, the forward accelerates away to shoot on goal.
This dual-purpose practice takes place in an area 40 by 40 yards. It is designed to essentially work with 5 defenders pressuring the ball against 10 outfield players, 8 spread around the outside, and 2 inside the area. The 10 players combine to try and keep possession and are allowed a maximum of 2 touches each. The objective for the 5 defenders is to try to regain possession or force an error as many times as possible within 90 seconds. The benefit to the outfield players in this practice is to develop the accuracy of their short passing, switch of play, first touch and awareness.
It is important the 5 defenders work hard and must time when they can move together to pressurize the ball. Notice here how one player is able to press the ball, with 2 teammates close by in good covering positions to prevent through passes. When pressure is not immediately put on the ball, the defenders should remain in a balanced shape and try to restrict passing options. Here the deepest player screens in front of the outside players and intercepts the intended pass. Because of the high intensity of work placed on the defenders, the squad is split into smaller groups and the coach frequently rotates the players. The coach maintains a competitive edge to the practice by seeing which group wins back the most number of balls. This group practice takes place in an area approximately 15 by 15 yards and is ideal to use as a warm-up. By breaking the squad down into smaller groups and using 2 footballs, the coach ensures that the players have several touches of the ball, using both feet and moving in a variety of directions. Throughout the sequence, players practice running with the ball, passing and receiving skills. After each pass, players rotate by following the ball. To enable players to practice using both feet, it is important for the drill to go in both directions. As the practice develops, the coach progresses by introducing combination plays.
It is noticeable that the tempo is low intensity. It is used to give players a feel of the ball prior to a more demanding session. Coaches can experiment in this drill with several varieties of combination plays. Here the practice ends with the players working on short and longer passing combined with the movement.